Well, hello from Southeast Ohio Solar Haven once again. Um, I'm here today to give a little educational experience here about power inverters today. I noticed a few of my car audio friends have been starting to install power inverters inside their car. And, this goes out for the solar world too. The differences between these power inverters. What we have here is an Ames Power. Now look at the wording here exactly. It says pure sine power inverter. That means you got a clean sine wave through the 60 hertz. You got a line, you got a baseline that goes here, but this line is clean. It curves. It doesn't jump. Over here we got an old school square wave, or what they call modified sine wave. And what it does, it goes up and then it clips back down, and it goes up, down between the baseline of 0 volts. It'll go up 60, down 60, and this is how, by the width of this, you get 120 volts. Anyway, a lot of people like to use these because they're cheap and you can get them a dime a dozen. These give you the most possible clean power output that you can have. These type of power inverters here, when they say pure sine power inverter, it's going to give you the cleanest power at 60 hertz, being pure sine wave. And the reason why that is because their circuitry inside. I could sit here and give you a whole lesson on how this works, but I'm not going to. I'm trying to make this simple for people. Anyway, to give you a prime example of how these work, this square, it's modified sine. If I believe it says right on the back here, right there, you can see it. I focus in there, modified sine wave. What happens with this is that basically they're using a clipped signal to generate your electricity. It goes clear up the clipping and right back down the clipping, just whatever. And so what happens is like any type of electronics. Now these are fine. These are fine if you're running like electric motors. Your electric motors will probably run a little bit warmer because of it. Electric motors, light bulbs, incandescent light bulbs, these things will work perfect on. But they just don't work very well with electronics like your TVs, small charging devices for your phones, because what happens is that they're expecting a clean power, and it shortens the life of electronics. In fact, to give you a prime example, this is an old one I've had probably for 10 years. This power inverter was given to me by an old buddy up in Pennsylvania, and the first thing I plugged it in. I thought, cool, a little power inverter, I'll use it. I plugged my DeWalt battery charger in, and about the second time I used my DeWalt battery charger, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work at all, and I thought nothing about it. And then I thought maybe the charger went bad. Well, I had another charger and I plugged it in, and then about the third time I charged the battery on that, it quit. It blew that one up, and I was like, excuse me, what's going on? Well, I looked up the information, and they said, don't do that, because these are square waves, modified square wave, square wave inverter, and it tends to not work very well with electronics. And there's been many people out there that use their TV or something like that and wonder, hey, why is my TV screwing up? And this is why I switched over to pure sine wave. I do this with my solar equipment. Everything on my solar wall is, well, all that equipment Pure sine wave, pure sine wave, pure sine wave. It's all pure sine wave power inverters. You have to excuse the wire mess. It's my bench, so blah. Anyway, if you want to use electronic equipment in your vehicles or anything like that, I highly suggest to go to an appropriate size power inverter for your power needs. If you need to put 120 volt in your car to run TVs, power equipment, anything like that, gaming systems, DVD players will absolutely hate you if you go to one of those. They may not even work correctly with one of these, because DVD players will require a clean AC source of power. So there's some out there that might, but I guarantee you it won't last long if you don't. But these will help you out with your AC power needs and everything, and even if you're off-gridding with solar like I do. This is a spare one I have laying around just for small needs. But yeah, I just wanted to give people a little bit of advice and a little bit of education on these. Great for, you know, running maybe an electric fan or running some incandescent light bulbs, stuff like that. But anything else, I wouldn't trust it. I mean, it's great for power outage. You know, if you got a 12 volt battery, plug it in, go, hey, I got a light bulb. Hey, I got light. I can see. Great. But, you know, refrain from running laptops, stuff like that. Get you a pure sine wave. You can, I'm not necessarily, you know, this is Ames Power. There's plenty of different brands out there. I'm not actually out there trying to say, hey, go buy an Ames power. Well, I prefer Ames. I've had rock solid performance with this brand anyway. You can pick these up at home, any size model of these, in fact, through Home Depot. You can go on Home Depot on their website and you can pick these up on Home Depot, different models, different sizes, different wattages, 12, 24 volt, and 48 volt if you need that higher voltages. But anyway, I wanted to give people an education on that. Go pure sine wave if you can, to save your electronics. Thanks for watching. You know, click like and subscribe down there. Only hurt once, I promise. Have a good day and take care, people.